The Southampton University Hospital Trust has recently achieved Foundation Trust status. Do you see this as having an impact, be it positive or negative, on your work on sustainability and carbon reduction?
When it comes to carbon reduction, we're really talking about energy, because it's largely the combustion of fossil fuels that we require to generate energy, either to manufacture things or to run our organisations. Energy therefore costs money, and if you're an organisation that at the end of the financial year has to attempt to balance its books, anything that can possibly reduce that expenditure has to be considered to be a good thing. Now, everywhere I've looked in my short time up to now, I've realised that everything is a possibility for saving money. Let's take, for example, oxygen cylinders. The ubiquitous presence of small CD oxygen cylinders within the health service. They are small, they carry a total volume of 2 litres, but they contain about 460 litres of uncompressed of gas within them. Now, very few staff know actually how much is in any of the cylinders, and so if it looks as though the cylinder is running empty, they're more inclined to put it in the bins ready for replacement. We did a little study with one of my registrars, and we looked at the amount of oxygen that's wasted. In other words, how many cylinders are we sending back to BOC? Well, we're sending back the same number we borrow or we rent. But the thing about it is that BOC won't take back part-full cylinders. The gas porter has to vent any oxygen left within those cylinders to atmosphere before BOC will collect the cylinders. When we look at it, how much does that work out at? It's about 15% of the total amount of oxygen that we buy in those cylinders is actually wasted. Okay, the sum isn't huge because the oxygen cost is not terribly expensive, but spread over the whole NHS, I don't believe our findings or the activity of our nurses is actually any different from any other hospital trust. So our next task to save money is to actually educate the nurses and educate those who are using the cylinders in order to work out how much oxygen in terms of usable volumes is in those cylinders, not just whether the cylinder is a quarter full or half full.
Can I pick up on that?
Of course.
Teaching, because presumably you have a teaching role, you mentioned working with students in your clinical practice. Do you see this extending to environmental issues?
Yes, without question. And one of the great things that at my stage of my career, by getting involved with sustainability, is that I come across individuals and committees that I never knew existed. And we can rely very heavily on the use and the role of those committees when we've got ideas to take forward. And the gas committee exists. I never knew it did. But there are influential members on that gas committee who will help me with my educational role. But there's more than just educating the nursing staff. I think we have to think that for the trainees that come my way, I can turn this into an audit project for them. Let's audit how much we're wasting. Let's make a change of behaviour and an educational programme. Let's re-audit again at the end of our period and see if we've made a difference. And every trainee in every specialty, whatever they are, needs to complete audit projects for their competency-based progression of training.